The first chapter for JOJO Part 9, the Jojolands, just dropped today. Finally, after being teased about it, we got another JOJO part. I have finished reading JOJO around 2 months ago, and it was great. Although, I slightly would put Part 7 over Part 8. But I love Part 8 main villain stand more than D4C Love Train. Wonder of You was basically the dream stand of all the villain, not just in JoJo, but for literal villain, because of how broken it is. And like the previous JoJos, Josuke has to pull something out of his ass to defeat this insanely broken stand. The story of Part 8 was kind of similar to Part 4. Well, they are just another counterpart after all. But since it was the Steel Ball Run universe, Araki has to add another element into it, which is the rock people or stone people, which what I assume to be the Steel Ball Run universe version of Pillar Men. I will end the rambling about part 8 here since we are here to talk about part 9 after all. So, part 9 follows the story of Jodio Joestar and his story of becoming filthy rich. This JoJo apparently came from Hawaii and is a cousin to Yoshikage Kira, the other part that merged to form Josuke Higashikata in part 8. And this JoJo is also the only JoJo so far who has a living sibling, who is also a transgender. The sibling name is Dragona Joestar. Even though Dragona Joestar appears to be female, Jodio still calls Dragona his brother, and Dragona themselves didn't have any problem with how Jodio addressed them. The main focus of Jodio in chapter 1 is mechanism. This is the first time we heard it in JoJo verse. According to him, it is an invisible power that basically makes him being trusted so easily. So I guess it is just his interpretation of the Joestar bloodline. As we all know, every Joestar has this ability to easily influence other people to aid their cause. His goal of being filthy rich seems to remind me of Giorno's goal of overtaking Passion, that when we look at it, we assume that it was bad since it was a gang after all. But throughout his journey, we are assured that Giorno still have the Joestar blood in him that influence his action for the greater good. I will believe it will be the same for Jodio. At first, he might get his eyes set on money and being filthy rich. But when we go through this bizarre adventure with him, we will see the Joestar quality within him. So the first action this JoJo will do is to steal a diamond from an old rich man's house. The diamond's basically worth $6 million. We also get introduced to this part's JoJo Bros, or the cast surrounding the main JoJo. With just the first chapter, I already got invested in it. We also get introduced to Jodio and Dragona stands. Jodio's stand is called November Rain, a reference made to a song from Guns N' Roses. The ability seems to be similar to the raindrops that fall as hard as bullets that caused by the Wonder of You in part 8. Dragona's stand is called Smooth Operator, a reference to a song by Sade. The ability is similar to Harvest in part 4. So yeah, basically this first chapter is just a setup for the bizarre adventure to come. I wonder if any of you is also a JoJo fan. If there are, please leave a comment on this video. That will be all from me. See you guys in the next video.